In this video, I want to share with you some marketing ideas to line up January through Easter, like to really set up that season. This is a great season. It's a growth season. If we think about it from a strategic marketing standpoint, we can really line things up that we do in order to get the most value out of them. So this is really not a spiritual conversation. You know that there's spiritual value to all of these things, but I want to share with you from a marketing perspective, maybe help you with some ideas and to think about this season strategically and how do you kind of promote and build some momentum moving forward. So quarter one of January is a great time to do four things. This is January, February, a little bit into March. So number one, we want to add value to people in our church. Number two, we want to rally the church together. Number three, we want to promote family. And number four, we want to build an invite culture. Okay, so I'm going to give you some ideas to do these four things here at the beginning of the year. So number one, adding value. We want to do a prayer and fasting resource. So again, spiritually, I'm not going to speak into that. I'm just kind of talking from a marketing perspective. Of course, we know spiritually that prayer and fasting is great and a lot of great things about that. But from a marketing perspective, this adds value to the congregation. Like we're helping them by teaching them maybe different ways to pray or maybe fasting, like different ways to do fasting. You're encouraging them, maybe helping them to develop a habit. Some churches do 21 days. Some might do like 7 days. Whatever that starts to look like, we want to maybe provide a resource of some kind to help people do better spiritually in areas of prayer. Prayer is kind of the easiest. Everybody, if you come to church, prayer is something you should do, but many times we take it for granted and people know how to do that. There's a great resource that we found that teaches you how to pray, like different prayers you could pray based on like the 23rd Psalm or the prayer of Jabez. So there's different ways that you can pray. And again, if you resource your congregation, you're adding value to them. You're teaching them. So it doesn't have to be a sermon series. It could be just like something you announce. It could be a resource. In our smart website, the smart church website, we have resources like a landing page where we can provide like a PDF on prayers or links to maybe some resources like a prayer app. Or maybe like a fasting guide of some kind to help people know how to fast. But in service, we could just provide a QR code. People can scan it with their phone and go to this landing page. On the landing page, you've got all kinds of resources that people can download and have access to. We actually like the QR codes on the back of seats. That's really good as well. And then creating like a specific landing page that just has those resources directly so people don't have to like look for it. They go straight to it. Okay, let's keep going. Rally the church. So January is a great time to bring people together in the church so everybody feels the win. One of the best tools that we have is baptisms. We love doing baptisms in service so that people can see those that are getting baptized. So I know there's different ways to do baptism. But if we can do it in service and take a moment to have people like share their story in service, that really helps everybody. If you're an usher or if you work in the nursery, you feel the win. You're like, man, what I'm doing really matters. Like people are actually coming to know Jesus because of what I'm doing at church. So it brings everybody together. It's also like for those people being baptized, it's a good opportunity to like invite maybe friends and family to come and see this experience. And that's a good thing to do as well. So baptisms, sharing stories, let me talk about that just for a moment. It should be short. Like we don't want this, give somebody the microphone and let them talk. You can guide them. And there's like three parts to a good story. One is, what was your life like before Jesus? The second one is, how did you meet Jesus? And the third part is, how's your life different now? So you can even do this in like 3 simple words. So like a testimony could be like a 10-second testimony, like very quick. You might say something, before Jesus, I was a liar. Then I met Jesus last fall at church. And then the third part of it, now I don't lie, I trust God to provide. right? So that could be like the transformation that happens, right? So you just want to guide people and help them. You can even write it down to where they just read a card when it's their turn to be baptized. That way, you can kind of control the narrative so it doesn't get out of control. But if you have a little bit more time or whatever, maybe you do more of an interview type thing. But we really like that. It really creates a great deal of momentum coming out of it. Everybody's excited, and it uh, creates energy moving forward. So this is a great time to promote family. So every great church is going to help young families just feel like they're valued and welcomed within the church. If mom and dad feel valued and supported, then their kids are going to get plugged in, and their parents, the grandparents, are going to get plugged in. You get to reach all three generations. So child dedications are a great way to do that. You take a moment in service to like speak into the kids ministry and how important kids are at the church. We've seen this done like in the worship part of service, where you might get up there, talk about child dedications, call the families up there, and then pray over them while the next worship song plays in the background, or everybody else is singing as you're praying over these families. But it's a really good way to highlight. You're putting it on stage in the main service so that people are able to see the value. Also, you can have those people that are being dedicated, the families, invite their families, extended families, to be a part of this. Maybe friends or coworkers to be a part of it. So you potentially, when we used to do this down in the church where I was a communications director, we would encourage people to invite families. We would see like maybe 3 or 4 kids getting dedicated, but they would invite like 5 people to come. That family would invite 5 people, grandma, grandpa, and aunts and uncles and those type of things. So we would get a boost of like 25 people into our service. And when your church is, maybe 200 or less or something like that, like that's a pretty good bump in attendance. And coming out of that, you may keep 1 or 2 of those people and decide, hey, I like this church. And, so again, I'm speaking from a marketing perspective. We know there's great spiritual ramifications to all these things, but just want to help you think strategically about how to use what you're already doing, line it up. So timing wise, let me go back here. Timing wise, child dedications are great in February. So you can do like early February, mid February, something like that. Baptisms are good in like the end of January. So there's new people coming to the church, maybe new people that are rededicating their lives. So that end of January baptism would be a really good time to catch them. Prayer and fasting is done really well, the beginning of January or the middle of January. So we're really just kind of lining up this chain link that sets up a really great first quarter. Okay, then I want to talk to you about this idea of a block party. So we want to create an invite culture in our church where people are used to inviting people, but as leadership, we're giving them opportunities to do that. We're creating environments. We're manufacturing an event so that people invite other people to come to church. So a block party is just basically it's during the service or maybe pre-service or post-service. You're just going to do something a little bit special. Maybe pre-service you order donuts for everybody. Maybe if you're doing something post-service, you order pizza for everybody. Depends on your budget. Maybe you have a blow-up game or two that is in the building or on the property, and you let kids play and have a good time. Okay, and you just create a really fun, festive environment. Maybe a couple segments in the service are special and fun and playful. You could do like almost like a trivia type thing or in service to kind of just have a little bit of fun with the block party theme for the day, right? But you're just creating an invite culture leading up to it. You're asking people in the church to think about somebody that needs to come and be a part of the church and see what God has for them, and then you're asking them to take an actual invite and hand it out. So it's a great thing to do. Mid to late February is a great time to do this, probably late February. You want to give enough space between this and Easter. So you're almost having like a dry run for Easter when, Easter is going to come later on in April. And we want to go back in and say, hey, this is another time to invite people. If you're having people, if you're always saying that you should invite, then people kind of ignore that after a while. But if you provide maybe 4 or 5 times a year where you make it easy for the invites to happen, then that's where you really see some good momentum happening. Okay, so that's it for this video. Just want to share those thoughts. We, in our system, our Smart Church website system, we set this up really, really well so you can win very easily. So when it comes to prayer and fasting, a landing page is a great way to have people get resources. When it comes to baptisms, we have another landing page and a form that hooks into an automation to help people do this. So you fill out the form, you're interested in being baptized, that kicks off an email that says, here's the instructions for getting baptized. And it also kicks off a text message and a text message reminder later on, like a week before baptisms or a few days before baptisms, to remind them that, hey, baptisms are going on, and for them to come ready and to invite some people. Child dedication, same thing. We can have a form on a landing page. A landing page explains what this is and the value that it is to participate. They fill out the form. The staff gets an internal notification that says somebody filled out the form, and then the person that filled it out, they get like an email and a text confirmation, a text message confirmation, and that has details of when that service is, and any instructions that they need to have comes to them in that email. And again, the text messaging is a good way to remind people or prompt people. Like maybe the day before, it's like, hey, we'll see you tomorrow for child dedications. Don't forget to show up at 9 a.m. at the east entrance, something like that, right? So you can give them some basic instructions and automate that so that you're not having somebody try to remember to do this. It's already baked in, like you're building it once, and that's kicking off. Block party, that's a wonderful way to use a landing page that gives all the details, QR codes and little maybe online links that from like social media to a landing page. It just a great way. Landing pages are great with videos on them, like an invite, like from the pastor, just inviting people on that landing page would be great. You could even, this is like next level, but you could even have people like sign or register to get like notifications and further details. So just a simple form, first name and email. And it's like, hey, if you fill out this form, we'll send you more details and we'll send you a reminder, later as we get closer to the block party. So you're just serving people through that, and it allows them to get into your database and into your system to where you can follow up with them later on. So just some quick resources here, just sharing some ideas on how you can leverage this time of year to really add value to people, rally to church, promote the family, and build an invite culture.